You can't go to a court and abuse the judge, even if you are innocent.
Okay.
You can't go to a court and start telling the judge he doesn't know the law. You know the law more than the judge. And this, I'll be honest with you, this judge was very lenient. He was very nice.
Are you
I'm
sure?
telling you,
This
the
judge,
judge, your not sure whatever his name, was very nice to Kanu. Most judges in Nigeria will not give him license. They will have put him to death sentence. I can tell you that.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you for fact.
So this is not a laughing matter.
Listen, there are 1,000 videos of Nnamdi Kanu making threats, ordering people to burn Lagos down. He said he was going to go to Abuja and kill Buhari and bring his head. The problem with Igbo people, there is no unity. Igbo people have no unity and they don't like each other. That is a fact. Igbos don't love each other. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
A man who kills his brother is not a hero. Any man who takes a market and cut the brother's head off or shoot him, you are not a hero. At least in my lifetime, Ojukwu has visited this palace 3 times.
You saw him?
Yes, I saw him and I sat there with him, with his father, and Ojukwu regretted the war himself. Come closer, let me imitate him for you.
Okay.
My father said to Ojukwu, Ikemba, this Biafran war, if you have to do it all over again, will you still do the same thing? And this is Ojukwu's response. Igwe, you know, the war was highly regrettable.
That is Ojukwu.
And if I have to do it again, I'll do it differently. Otherwise, the people that are there, we haven't learned nothing from the first war. Yes, Ojukwu himself lamented in this palace twice in my ear that he regretted the Biafran war. This is Ojukwu's word. Look at that. I probably led the first one. I don't think the second one is necessary. That is Ojukwu for you.
This is not fabricated. This is rare.
This is Ojukwu. Go to your phone, take your phone and open it and listen to Ojukwu's interview on Biafra. What the Igbos does to themselves is worse than what other tribes does to them. Fact. I say it in your face. This is River Niger. Look at the importation, the containers. We are mainly the importers. Can people come to do this? We can work with government. We can work on it. China has got money. All they need is what China wants now is influence. They've got money to invest. But we have to tap it. We have to give people that have brains, that speak Igbo interest. We can have the River Niger drained. Some people will say Nnamdi Kanu was abducted from Kenya illegally. Let me say this once again. Ask any lawyer next to you, ask any senior advocate, any judge you know. When national security of any country is threatened, human rights is suspended. I repeat myself, when national security is threatened by anybody, your human rights are suspended. All the references in social media are abusing Zeke. Tell me what your own father did in this country. Show me, if any. If he was not a wine tap or a farmer somewhere, you want to come and compare yourself with Zeke of Africa. Azikiwe that is known all over the world. It was Azikiwe that saved the day during the Biafran war. Without Zeke, most of us won't be here today. Yes, he saw the danger and all of us were almost getting wiped out. He threw in the towel. Zeke did. We are back in Obo from the palace.
New structures.
I just want people to pay attention to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Now, this is a bit history of Nigeria.
Okay.
Igwe Ostaguna, my father, was one of the architects of Nigerian independence. Ostaguna was the first Nigerian to use the word revolution in this country, October 27, 1948. So I'm hearing a lot of young people now shouting revolution now, revolution. Why? Their father wasn't even born when my father used the word revolution in this country.
So the way
is a small boy. Talking about revolution. Revolution is just he had the word. But the first Nigerian to use the word revolution is Ostaguna. He delivered the lecture under NCNC that dealt a blow to the fall of British government, October 27, 1948, Glover Hall, Marina, Lagos. That's where the word revolution started in this country. So now, the statues you have here is of Agui Ironsi. We know who he was. He was a military leader. Eventually, he was assassinated after the coup. Right? This is Chukwu Makadunan Zogu. We know who he was. He was the people that planned the coup of 56. All these people have visited the Obo from the palace when my father was alive. They've all been here. They have. That's why I tell you this palace is a place of history, like no other.
Agui also visited.
Of course, visited here. Of course, Nzogu visited here. Of course, yes. This is Gowon. Gowon after the war came here to Oka. He came here to see my father. He stayed here for 2 hours. Yes. Because my father was a nationalist. It's not about marginalizing or Biafra. It's about Nigeria. The background of this palace is Nigeria because my father fought for independence of this country. That is the truth. So go on, come here. And why I wrote some of these things is to educate young people who don't know history.
Okay.
Some people think that snake is a necklace. Snake is not a necklace. A lot of young people today calling for war. They did not see war. Even their parents did not see war in Nigeria. So they don't know what they are playing with. That is a fact. After the war, this is Gowon, that's what he said. No victor, no vanquished. That was his statement. Now, you come to this side, Ojukwu Ikemba comes to this palace. At least in my lifetime, Ojukwu has visited this palace 3 times.
You saw him?
Yes, I saw him, and I sat there with him, with his father, and Ojukwu regretted the war himself. Come closer, let me imitate him for you.
Okay.
My father said to Ojukwu, Ikemba, this Biafran war, if you have to do it all over again, will you still do the same thing? And this is Ojukwu's response. Igwe, you know, the war was highly regrettable.
That is Ojukwu.
And if I have to do it again, I'll do it differently. Otherwise, the people that are there, we haven't learned nothing from the first war. Yes, Ojukwu himself lamented in this palace twice in my ear that he regretted the Biafran war and called for nobody to stop this agitation. Ojukwu said it. So if the founder of Biafra can say this, who are you? Who are you? Fact. Yeah? Anybody has had a phone like this, go to YouTube, go to Google, and Google Ojukwu's interview on Biafra. Google it, it's here. This is Ojukwu's word. Look at that. I probably let the first one. I don't think the second one is necessary. That is Ojukwu for you.
This is not fabricated. This is real.
This is Ojukwu. Go to your phone, take your phone and open it and listen to Ojukwu's interview on Biafra. This is Ojukwu's word. He regrets the war and doesn't think a second one is necessary. So all these young people calling for war in Southeast, I hope you will join the army to pick up guns and go and stand in front and see what the bullet sounds like. Because most of you don't know what war is all about. You know, when war starts, you're not gonna be in your house swiping through your phone. No. You won't be drinking your milkshake. No. You wouldn't even remember where your house is. So most of you calling for war today should think twice. I am against any form of war in this country. Anybody who is agitating for war is not my friend.
Okay, you don't need war.
I don't need war. We don't need war. I was in London when Nnamdi Kanu started this thing. Most of you are not privileged like I am. I'll tell you. Okay. I was in London when Nnamdi Kanu started this thing. It was Ricky made him to be a spokesperson for Radio Biafra. I live in Brixton. Yes, most of you don't know how this thing started. So today all of you are running off your mouth. You don't know the intricacies. You don't know. Right? And when the first meeting was held, it was a man from Nimo called Dr. Onyenemelu. That's where the first time Nnamdi spoke to Igbos in London. Most of these people talking today, we are not there. Don't even know what I'm talking about. And what did those men say to Nnamdi Kanu? They said, my son, we don't think your idea is right. We don't agree with you. That was all these men who has been to war. People like Onyenemelu, Mr. Chidioli, so many of them that lived in UK. Some of these men fought next to Ojukwu in the battle, and they were against it. From day one, all these people running off their mouth today, I didn't see them there.
Okay, sir, but I want to ask you something. What necessity do we need right now to get it right?
What we need in Nigeria is that the Nigerian constitution should be amended. This is a constitution that was given to us by soldiers, by the military. We need intelligent people, lawyers, who are constitutional lawyers, to take this Nigerian constitution, begin to rewrite it from page 1 to the last page. Now, certain things have to come in this constitution. In Nigeria, we don't have what we call referendum. Referendum is where a group of people agitating for time will say, okay, this is what we want. You put it on referendum. If those people agree with that, if they have the majority, then it goes. In countries like UK, if people are agitating for something, there's a particular number of people that will sign that petition or agitation. Once it gets to that number, Parliament will not deal with that matter. That's how it goes. So we don't have it here. So Nigerian constitution is where we have to start. It's not about running off your mouth in Facebook or social media. Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, it doesn't get you nowhere. We have to go back to the drawing board. Nigerian constitution must be changed. When the constitution is changed, every group in Nigeria will have their representation of interest. Now we have to draft that constitution to suit everybody. That's where the change will come into Nigeria. It's not about picking up arm and going after these people. No, I don't believe in war.
Okay, but this is you're talking about Nigeria. What if we Igbo people?
We Igbos,
what do we do?
The problem with Igbo people, there's no unity. Igbo people have no unity and they don't like each other. That is a fact. Igbos don't love each other. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
A man who kills his brother is not a hero. Any man who takes a machete and cut the brother's head off or shoot him, you are not a hero. You are not my hero. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just telling you. So Igbos, for example, go to Onitsha Head Bridge. There have been days when the NAFDA people come, they seize thousands, millions of naira worth of drugs and burn it because they are fake drugs. How do you have the heart to sell fake drugs to your brothers and sisters? And you say you love them because of money. You want to build 4-story building. No, that's not love. That is not love. So Igbos have to come back. First of all, where's the Igbo leadership? Igbo have leadership. We need to have people in Igbo land who are sincere, who are there for Igbo cause, who love Igbo land and not going to use it to make money or fame for themselves. Then we should have the right leaders to speak for us. We have to come to Southeast. Anybody we are voting as a senator or federal house of rep will be somebody we know that is going there to present Igbo interest. That is the truth. Until we have that, everything we are dreaming is a farce. It's not going to happen. I said it. Base one, Nigerian constitution must change. And once that constitution changes, clauses that our interests should come into that constitution. If the presidential thing will be rotational, then it will be rotational. One time it will be south. Then now we have Nigeria divided into two, north and south. There's nothing like south out or southeast. But we have another constitution. We can now include that at some point, presidential candidate or whatever, that position must come from southeast now. Then if it's up to southeast now to decide who they want to front. South, one. Northwest, northeast. When Nigeria is broken, then everybody will feel inclusive. Then all this agitation will stop. So until some people feel marginalized in Nigeria, whether it's true or not, because sometimes I can say it, Igbo what the Igbos does to themselves is worse than what other tribes does to them. Fact. I say it in your face.
So the
worse.
Are you trying to say that we are not marginalized?
We are marginalized, but what we are doing to ourselves is worse than what we are thinking about others. That is a fact.
So do you think if you get it right by ourselves,
if Igbos get it right, we can develop Igbo land. Let me tell you something. If Igbo people today, billionaires in Igbo land, want to do something about River Niger, we want it drained so that we know we are the importers.
Okay.
Let all the goods come from China direct. We can step up, we can kick Lagos to the side. And ships will come. But
how many priority? A budget of let's say 10 years.
Yes, how many Igbo billionaires are willing to invest? How have we got a delegation of Igbo traders to say, okay, we are going to China. We go to Chinese embassy through the ambassador. We go to China. We say, okay, China, this is River Niger. Look at the importation, the containers. We are mainly the importers. Can people come to do this? We can work with government. We can work on it. China has got money. All they need is what China wants now is influence. They've got money to invest. But we have to tap it. We have to give people that have brains, that speak with Igbo interest. We can have the River Niger drained.
It becomes like our port.
Our port. But why can't we do it? A lot, if Yuba started something, it died down. A lot of people have come, it died down. Because we don't have that unity with one voice to say it. If all the Igbo billionaires with our friends all over the world we could come together and say, you see this River Niger, we give it 5 years, we'll drain it and ships will come from China. It will happen.
So there was no Igbo,
all right, there are Igbo, like I said.
What project has the cook?
What is their job? Them going to talk about, Igbo this, this, that. I haven't seen anything concrete achieved by Ohaneze today. Because most people there are just show offs. They want to be on television, they want to be on camera. I'm Igbo leader, I'm Igbo that. What sacrifice have you made for Igbo people? Nothing. Yeah? So before we select leaders in organizations like Ohaneze, we must handpick people. People that have Igbo interest. I've said it before. People that have Igbo interest, people that are not there because of camera or want to make name. I was Ohaneze Igbo leader for 5 years. And so what? Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Recently, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted by a federal court to life imprisonment. Nnamdi Kanu, if Nigerian government wants to be fair, there's a lot of bandits in this country who are done worse than Nnamdi Kanu. But I'm not saying Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. He is not innocent. 100%, because I was in London when the whole thing started. Most of you listening to this were not there when the first meeting was held. So Nnamdi Kanu is not he's not a saint. To me, Nnamdi Kanu is not a hero. Never have and never will be. But Nigerian government, the Nigerian government should be fair and balanced. What is good for the geezer, the goose is good for the gander. So a lot of kidnappers, or what we call bandits in the north, are there showing off their ammunitions. I expect Nigerian government to attack these people. Nigeria bought Tucano airline aircraft from US. I don't know how many we bought. We bought some tanks from China. So I don't see why Nigerian military should not take the war to these people and wipe them out overnight. It can be done. But maybe there's a corruption in the system where our generals are making money with this war.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember sometime when what's his name? So what was exposing Buratai. That Buratai bought houses in Dubai and stuff like that. Who knows? I don't know the intricacies. But what I'm saying to you that Nnamdi Kanu has been jailed today. I think that same justice should be there with other bandits, leaders in Nigeria. Nigerian government should not negotiate with bandits. They shouldn't. Those people should be held accountable, put to jail, or face firing squad. That's what I'm calling on. But as on Nnamdi Kanu's matter, Nnamdi Kanu is not a saint. End of story. Take it or leave it. It is the truth, and I know the truth hurts. But people like us, we have the courage to say it.
So,
yes.
So many people believe that it was not just. Like
the point is, let me tell you something. Look at it how with sentiment. The problem with we Igbo is that everything we do, sentiment takes over. We cover our eyes to the truth because of sentiment.
Okay.
You can't go to a court and abuse the judge, even if you are innocent. Okay. You can't go to a court and start telling the judge he doesn't know the law. You know the law more than the judge. And this, I'll be honest with you, this judge was very lenient. He was very nice.
Are you
I'm
sure?
telling you.
This judge,
your Motosho, whatever his name, was very nice to Kanu. Most judges in Nigeria will not give him license. They will have put him to death sentence. I can tell you that.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you for fact.
So this is not a laughing matter.
Listen, there are 1,000 videos of Nnamdi Kanu making threats, ordering people to burn Lagos down, burn Murtala Oil. He said he was going to go to Abuja and kill Buhari and bring his head. You don't threaten a living president and it's not a joke. I'm telling you for fact. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Truth doesn't. Most people haven't got the guts to say what I'm saying.
So that is
it is the truth. I don't give a fuck.
The sentence was that a fair one.
It's a fair sentence, and I can tell you what's going to happen. I don't see Nnamdi Kanu serving life sentence. At some point, a political solution will come for this matter. Yes. But this is the right way it has to go for now. Then Igbos, now we have to find people, not all these loudmouth riffraffs that don't know nothing. We have to have a delegation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and say, look, yes, this young man have offended. He's been punished. There must be some equity. Yes. So now federal government through negotiations. After all, Wazirike was jailed. Wazirike is a free man today. It is the same crime like in Nnamdi Kanu. So if Nigerian Igbo people can have a good delegation, not people that run up, not the social media dancers, real Igbo people that have the interest of Igbo people can have a delegation to President Tinubu and say, look, yes, this young man has been punished. We don't agree with most of the things he was saying, but it's about time we have to let this man go wherever. And I think Tinubu will listen to them. I believe so. Wow. At the end of the day, it will be a political solution. Because Nnamdi Kanu have given 100 years of life does not mean he's going to serve life. That will not happen. A political solution will come at some point and this matter will be resolved. But what I'm saying is, this is a lesson to anybody tomorrow who wants to start, he wants to break away from Nigeria and claiming and boasting about something you cannot do. Boasting about something you cannot deliver. Because you have ego. Do I know who you are? At the end of the day, the law will put you in your place. That is a fact.
So there's a law in Nigeria if you don't know.
Yes, if you don't like it, you like it. If you like it, that's your problem.
Okay.
Some people will say Nnamdi Kanu was abducted from Kenya illegally. Let me say this once again. Ask any lawyer next to you, ask any senior advocate, any judge you know. When national security of any country is threatened, human rights is suspended. I repeat myself, when national security is threatened by anybody, your human rights are suspended. So America has Guantanamo. Those people they caught in Afghanistan, what was their crime? Because they were fighting for Taliban. They've been kept in Guantanamo for how? 10 years, 20 years without trial. How come we are not criticizing the America for those people? A lot of people are still awaiting trial in America for a crime they did not commit. Nobody is saying something about it. But America will come here to come and educate us. We want to educate us about human rights when black people have been used and slaved for 400 years. I don't think so. You understand what I'm saying?
So like the law of kidnapping, like
what I'm trying to say to you, any government can pick you up anywhere. Once they believe you are a threat to the national security, it doesn't matter where you are. They will take you. I remember even in those days of Shagari, when MPN was there and the military came in, Buhari's regime, Umaru Diko was almost kidnapped from Britain. It's just that in 9 minutes, somebody get a tip off to the security there and he was stopped. Umaru Diko was bundled in a case to Nigeria to come and face charges of corruption. That was a fact. So know it in your head. When national security is threatened or involved, human rights are suspended. That is the rule of Supreme Court of Nigeria. Check it out. A country like Britain, I give you an example. That's where I went to school. They have what the British Constitution is not codified. It is a law that works. I remember when there was a young man killed in Britain, in Tottenham. This young man was shot by police. But Britain, after the riots, I was in England. Most people that took part in that riot did not go there because of the man that was shot dead. They went there to loot the shops. Most of them were arrested. Overnight, they were tried and convicted. There was no adjournment in the case. The same day, they were tried and convicted and sentenced. So any country that can revoke that part of their rule, that part of their constitution, part of their law. If Nigeria today feel threatened now that Cameroon is trying to invade us, we're not going to wait for Tinubu, who is a medical this to come home. The vice president can take that decision and say, you know what, Nigerian army go to war. When the president comes now, he's falling. So what I'm saying to you is that the law have said it. When national security is involved, human rights are suspended. Nnamdi Kanu has made statements that threaten to national security in this country. If you say you don't know it, you should go and dig a hole and bury yourself alive. Because it's the truth. Once again, welcome to Bofon Palace. Like I always say to you, this is not just a palace. It's an institution of learning. Okay. This is a place you can come for history. Some of the history you have here, you will not see it anywhere else on this planet. That is the truth. Now, in this particular room, okay, if you look at the statue here, it says Rex versus Aguna.
Yes.
This case was the trial of Osta Aguna and his colleagues, Zikist movement in 1949. The prosecutor was Rex, and then this is Osta Aguna here.
That's your father?
That's my father here, facing the trial judge. This is a police officer, and this is the judge here, and this is the prosecutor. That's Aguna standing here in 1949, defending himself in those days because they were charged with sedition and organizing rallies to bring down the British colonial government. That was what is the trial in 1949. If you look over here, these are some of the Osta Aguna's colleagues. Okay. Raji Abdallah, Anthony Nahru, Mo Hugo Koye, lots of them sitting in the court there. And you can see them.
And this is their pictures?
This is their pictures, how it was. So even the newspapers had it in those days, which I have the copies upstairs here. You know, so this is it. And if you look at some other judges that we have, you know, lawyers are present in the court. Yeah. If you look at here, what does he say? When Osta Aguna, my father, was being escorted to the prison, the first place he served was Kirikiri, and he served for 3.5 years solitary confinement. When the gate of Kirikiri prison opened, Osta Aguna, my father, asked the police officer, where are all the Nigerians shouting Aguna, I'm behind you? He said they've all gone back. So the Aguna now said, I am behind you. It's not a good slogan in partisan politics. Either you are with me or not. That's the Aguna's too. Now if you look at the name there, he said the following men were sentenced to various prison terms. They served in Kirikiri, Jos prison and Kaduna prisons. Igwe Osta Aguna, Chief Anthony Nahru, Malam Raji Abdallah, Chief Mo Hugo Koye, Chief Fred Anyam, Raf Anadabe, Duke Ogo Ibinam Elise, Dafe, PHAP Wana, Chukwu Mosugo, Smart alias Marshall Kebi, Francis Omoigio, Nsuebo Ntup, Ikenna Nzemiro. Look at this, Oged Macaulay, the son of Habad Macaulay was there. Chief Bob Obuago, Maye, Umuobo, Zogi, and Okel Achamba. These are the people that went to prison for Nigerian independence. Most of these people today, no honor has been given to them. No street has been named after them. Shame on this country called Nigeria. Shame on this country for forgetting the heroes that gave them the freedom that all of us.
So your father spent 3.5 years.
Ostabuna spent 3.5 years in prison, solitary confinement, because he was the ringleader. He was the one that gave that lecture. As the first Nigerian to use the word revolution, October 27, 1948, Ostabuna, a call for revolution. That was the title of the lecture. Yeah? And here it says, they are the unsung heroes of Nigerian independence.
Wow. So they fought for our independence.
They fought for our independence. These are people that gave us the freedom we are enjoying today. If you look at here, and it says, the trial of the Zikis, Rex versus Aguna, and others in 1949, suit number, blah, 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 was as a result of a lecture, a call for revolution by Osta Aguna, October 27, 1948. That's what led to their being arrested. And Osta Aguna, who was declared wanted by the British, did not want him to hide it. He went to the police officers and said, I'm going to put your handcuffs. That's how much he was convinced in what he was fighting for. He didn't fear police if they're going to kill him. He gave himself up and said, jail me. And went to court. He didn't take legal aid. Osta Aguna defended him and told the judge, I cannot get justice from you since you are representing the same government to which I'm showing dissatisfaction.
Hey, right? Your father was very intelligent. But that's what he was. Let me ask this question. Yeah. Then how did your father got released?
Now, because he has served out his jail term.
Okay. Yes. It was that 3 years.
That 3.5 years he served. Okay. And he was released. And after that, he ran for Federal House of Reps, 1954, and he won. He was the first parliamentarian, Federal House of Reps, 1954 to 1958. And my father served with Bianco Ono's father. C.C. Ono was member of Federal House of Reps, 1954 in those days. They were good friends. Yes.
This is history. Not fabricated.
So, if you look at here now, it says, Nigeria did not win independence on a platter of gold. Some young men and women made a lot of sacrifice for our freedom and liberty. Fact.
So, but the one you are forgetting, the slogan.
Yeah. So, if you look at them, these people have so much faith in Nigeria. They believe strongly in what they were fighting. The zeal and determination were there. Their slogan in those days was Nigeria first, Nigeria last, Nigeria all the time. Today's politicians is my pocket first, my pocket last, my family all the time. It is not the same spirit.
The founders.
Politician. No. The founding fathers were patriotic. It doesn't exist anymore.
Sure. So now, currently, Nigeria, Ndigo as a whole, they don't value even any of our legends. What is happening?
Because
like Zik, they don't want to hear
start with. All these turn the camera, let me say what I want to say. All these riffraffs in social media, yeah? Pay attention, look at this face. All the riffraffs who are nobody, low life motherfuckers, right? And social media running off their mouth against Zik. I want any of them to tell me their own father's contribution to anything in this country. All the riffraffs in social media, thank God any idiot can buy a phone now and run off their mouth. Because that's how I say it blank. I don't give a shit. All the riffraffs in social media are abusing Zik. Tell me what your own father did in this country. Show me, if any. If he was not a wine tap or a farmer somewhere, you want to come and compare yourself with Zik of Africa. Azikiwe that is known all over the world. It was Azikiwe that saved the day during the Biafran War. Without Zik, most of us won't be here today. Yes. He saw the danger and all of us were almost getting wiped out. He threw in the towel. Zik did. All you rats.
Like what do you do? Like
Zik called and said, you know what? We'll go back to Nigeria. I agree with Nigeria. That was part of why the negotiation started and the war ended. Because he saw what was happening. Those that busted they did not deliver. Fact. Did they deliver?
We visited as our our 1,000 Eboman were massacred in a day.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So Zik saw the danger, and you know what? He who fights and runs lives to fight another day. That was his idea. We have to give it. All of us are going to be wiped out. For what? For one man's ambition. Nonsense.
Let's respect the name Zik. That man is a great man.
Don't ever abuse Zik, or you die like those that abuse him. You will not even see that age before you die. Okay. The British was ruling Nigeria for many years. And the British was in charge of the transition from British colonial masters into Nigeria. Zik and Bele were not enemies. Ostagura and Awolo were not enemies. They were from different tribes, but all they wanted was, let us get power out of the hands of the white man first. And then we can come in and sort ourselves out. Right? So anybody blaming Zik for anything, you should go and ask your own father what he has accomplished.
So the main anger for them is that they wanted Zik to take like that.
They wanted. We are there in his shoes. We are there in Zik's shoes. We are there. Was their father there? So you can sit back now, 25-year-old, running off your mouth about Zik. Your father was not even born when this deal was made. So who are you to come and challenge it? Because you have phone, you can talk on social media.
Even when the history is told, they even doubt it. That's the one that
the problem with Nigerian youth today is that most of them are ignorant, they are deluded, and they are brainwashed with lies. They don't know and they don't want to know. That is the danger I can see. They don't know and they don't want to know. That is the danger. Now, what are they going to teach their own children? Let me tell you something. All these young idiots, running off their mouth on social media. Thank God the phone is cheap. Otherwise, most of you, nobody will have heard of you anywhere in this world. Because I know in the 70s and 80s, television houses, newspapers will go to certain homes to interview people. Most of you, nobody will know you existed if it wasn't for phone. Fact. Take it or leave it. Wait for me on the road and we share it one-on-one. Men sort out their things physically. Wait for me on the road and you see what's going to happen. Right? So what I'm saying to you is that in those days, when Nigeria got freedom from Britain, think of what was happening. These men loved each other. Most of my dad's friends were from the north. They were Yorubas. They were from TV. They didn't care where they come from.
They trust each other.
They trusted each other. You understand what I'm saying? So today, they stopped teaching history. Young people, when you try to educate them, they want to show you they know better than you. You understand what I'm saying? The okra tree is never taller than the man who planted it. Never.
So we are the only tribe who pick only the fourth side. They don't even think what the good you have done.
Absolutely.
They only pick the wrong side.
The young people today are being brainwashed by some riffraffs who are not heroes. The people they call heroes are idiots with no brains. Cowards who cannot stand in front of bullet when it comes to it. I can tell you that.
You sound so angry. Why?
Because it's something I believe in. I believe in what I'm saying. I run a security company in Britain for 25 years and I clean South East London. Go and ask about me. Police know who I am. So you don't come and threaten me about gun. I faced gun 100 times and I took it from the people. Go and check my records. I can call you the men I work with. I gave work to over 250 Nigerians. So you don't come and tell me when the gunshot fires, most of these cars will run.
So this thing you mentioned now is real?
It's real. It's what I did for years.
So is it a private security company?
Yes, yeah, private security company. I run a company with Mr. Peter Weir called Unique Security in Britain. I gave work to Nigerians over 200. Yes, serious? I work with MICs and whatever. I did it. I'm telling you.
So I'm not
a coward. Okay. You can't threaten me with gun or anything because I've seen it before. Over and over. Ojukwu himself, pay attention to this once again. Ojukwu himself, who led the Biafra, regretted doing it.
So which means...
So who are you now to come and start talking about you want to agitate? The man who started it have told you, pack your bags and go home.
Let's find another solution.
That's the problem. Why are you not paying attention to the elders? Ojukwu, go to your phone. One more time I say it. Open your phone and go to Ojukwu interviews on Biafra. You will see Ojukwu saying it. I proudly led the first one. I don't think the second one is necessary. Otherwise, we would not have learned anything from the first one. The death and the death of the lot of people will have been in vain. That was Ojukwu's word.
So
if Ojukwu can say that, who are you? Rat. Who are you, rat?
So this is their heroes. So this is history. When you see the picture,
like it or don't like it, I don't give a shit. Go and wait for me on the road and see what happens.
So we'll come back again to show more.
I'm done, man.
Hey,